Welcome to Discovering. I'm at the UP Bible Camp in Gwin, and I had the wonderful opportunity to participate in the DNR Becoming an Outdoors Woman program.
The word that I usually use to describe the program is contagious. Anybody that comes, participants, instructors alike, everybody returns, everybody gets a benefit, everybody thrives on it.
So sit back and relax. It's Monday night, and it's time for Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone, forests thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak, surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields, call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
There are all kinds of things to do outdoors in the UP on any given day. Hunt, fish, camp, bike, hike, paddle, swim, climb, birdwatch, build a survival shelter, just for fun. And to see if I remember what I learned at the Becoming an Outdoors Woman program I participated in last September.
I just realized I'm building a very large shelter. Not sure why.
Every year since 1994, the Michigan DNR has held winter and summer workshops to help women gain the confidence and skills they need to participate in many outdoor activities.
The reason people are drawn to Become an Outdoors Woman is because the program is designed by women, it's instructed by women. The founder, Christine Thomas, recognized that there was a need for programs such as this because women lack the confidence to enter into so many different outdoor and recreation activities. So this program enables us to instill that confidence for them to be able to step out of their comfort zones.
One of the things I think that is a barrier for women is fear and confidence. And so if we give them the skills to have more confidence and less fear in the backwoods, then they may be more likely to get out and do these things. And so this environment is designed to be less competitive and create an area of confidence and remove fear from that. This isn't a dig, but an obstacle in a lot of our lives, in a lot of women's lives, is we don't necessarily want to ask for help. We especially don't want to ask for help from some men. And we want to be in an environment where we don't feel there's competition and that people aren't judging us.
Sometimes you just want to learn from another woman, or you want to learn in a different type of environment. So that's what I like about this, is that, I can try different things without, asking somebody who I know. Anyhow, that sounded terrible, but that's not terrible. But, sometimes you just want to learn from, a group of people that are supportive, so.
The instructors that we have here are awesome because it's their passion and they love doing that and they want to show other people their sport. All the instructors, the mountain biking and the fly fishing, the fishing instructors, the survival, all our instructors love what they're doing, and we want more people in our sport. And we don't want the sports to die out, and so that's why we teach and train and try to bring other people into the sport. And then our sport, it doesn't die out. It continues to flourish, and that's what we want to do with the Becoming an Outdoors Woman program, is continue to flourish.
The Becoming an Outdoor Woman program, it's a very unique program. It's a great program that the department offers, and I highly encourage, whether it's a mother and a daughter or just friends, to just get out and feel comfortable doing things outdoors.
More than halfway.
In a normal year, the BOW event is held in the summer, but this year it was in the fall at the UP Bible Camp in Gwin.
This is actually our first event that we held here. Due to, the world right now and COVID, we had to find an alternative location, and I was told about this place, and we are just amazed. This is just beautiful. The accommodations, the service, the food, the environment itself is so welcoming. Our summer and our fall workshop, which is, what we're doing right now, we have 1/3 hunting, shooting sports related, 1/3 fishing and fishing sports related, and then the other 1/3 non-consumptive. And so we have lake fishing, we have fly fishing, we have handgun, we have archery, we have a mock archery hunt, we have canoe, kayaking, basic land navigation, wilderness survival, geocaching, we do have some woods and wildlife, wood burning, self-confidence, another very popular and important class, and you can literally attend a summer program 8 times without repeating a class. We have that many classes that we offer.
Participants can select 3 classes to take during the weekend. I chose self-confidence, handgun, and wilderness survival. I realized after the weekend, the classes I chose all had a common theme: survival. Not sure if that's the effect of watching too many wilderness survival reality shows or not. First up, self-confidence. It's more like self-defense, except for they teach you to not put yourself in the situation where you need to defend yourself.
If someone's down like this, you're not very big. You're meek, but if you're standing up, you're confident. You present a bigger target in a way, a more formidable foe.
It's important because we're seeing more women to get in the outdoors, and I think for them to be comfortable doing that, they need sometimes may need some more, confidence or just some things to think about while they're out in the woods. Like anybody, you never want to put yourself in a bad situation. So this class does as a good idea, and not really making you a martial artist or a professional fighter, but it gives you some of the skills in a situation, and you need to fight to get out of it.
I can twist this way. But again, wherever your arm is up, that's the way you twist.
We're always naturally standing like this. Because it's a lot tougher to shove somebody over when they got a wide stance versus, crossing or something like that. Always use loud commands, loud verbal commands. Get back, stop, get off me. Loud. Project yourself.
Get back! Hit the stick, maximum hip rotation, and loud verbal commands.
Many of them come in and they're not real comfortable, maybe going out on a striking dummy and delivering strikes. And I think a lot of times they just don't have the technique. Like anybody, if you don't have the technique with something, it makes it difficult, or you're outside your comfort zone. So we show them just the basics, just some basic technique and how to deliver a proper strike, to create some distance between them and the assailant or bad person. And the biggest feedback that we've got from this is that it's a low stress. We try to make it low stress, fun for all the participants. We're not pressuring them to do anything, but it's more of like they kind of feel more comfortable as the day progresses. Don't be bashful. If you're mad about something, that's your target. And if you hit one of us, it's okay. It's okay.
Yelling and punching is definitely outside my comfort zone, so it was a little hard for me to really get into the whole hitting and kicking the strike bop thing.
You're doing this, right? You're doing this. I want you doing this. I want you to come from, keep this right here, right? Move your whole body and then hit it. With your whole body. There you go.
There you go. I feel like
There you go.
There you go.
Pushing back.
By the end, though, it seemed like everyone in the group was gaining some confidence in their ability to punch and kick their would-be attacker.
I did the self-confidence class, which was really good for me. I liked it because I am a park ranger, and we do walk trails. Even though I work for the city, we do have a lot of trails that we walk alone. And it's nice to know that type of stuff, to be able to protect yourself.
Back! Get back! Get back! Get back!
You tried it both ways. Ooh, yeah, careful. You still got it in there.
The BOW weekend offered classes in all the shooting sports. Since I'm already familiar with shooting rifles and shotguns, I signed up for the handgun class. I was most excited for this class because I had never fired a handgun before, and it's something I wanted to try before going out and purchasing one.
All right, so we're just going to have you stay in.
The instructor, retired DNR Lieutenant Jane Gordon, was as knowledgeable and enthusiastic about handguns as she was self-defense.
They're so cute. Don't you just love them? So we have 6 guns, we only have 5, so one of them doesn't get to be played with.
I hope they come away with a new understanding and a new knowledge of lots of the ladies in the gun classes, and I've taught hundreds of ladies over the years, and some were terrified of guns, just couldn't even hold a gun and shaking and just terrified. But once you understand it's not the gun that hurts people, it's the people that hurt people, and once you know how to use a gun and know the proper ways and what to do, it's not frightening anymore. And you can realize, and that's what I want the ladies to know, that it's not frightening. And even if they don't ever want to shoot again, at least they've shot and they know, you know what, I can do this. It's not that bad. I can do this. It's easy. If she can do it, I can do it. And so it's really just about learning and growing and doing something new and learning something new and maybe doing it later and maybe not. And that's okay if you don't.
Of course, before we could handle guns, we did learn safety rules, and they did have us shoot rifles in order to get comfortable with shooting a gun and to get familiar with how a gun range operates.
They take a bullet that looks like this. It's pretty small diameter. Out of a high-powered rifle, this can travel a mile, and it is a real bullet, and it can really hurt. So please follow those safety rules.
Grip, what I want you to do is I want you to get high on the back strap with your gun, with your hand, and we're going to shoot all of them. You want one hand laid over the other one in this fashion, okay? You don't want to do this because we're going to be shooting semi-automatics and the slide's going to come back and you don't want the slide to hit your hand. So dominant hand holds the gun first and the other one just wraps around it in this fashion. Okay? Breathing, take a deep breath, let out about half, and then start shooting.
We had the chance to shoot a variety of handguns. First, 22 semi-automatics.
You want the 3 dots right in the middle of the target. But you want to be concentrating on the 3 dots. You want that target just to be a blur. I want this finger there, and I want your all the way up to the top of the, there you go.
So,
you keep shooting. Hold it. No, okay. Good. I mean, this is all around here. That's good. You've got one here. You got one here. That's a bullseye, if you ask me.
And it pushes that back out.
Okay. You're gonna click, and then you're going to let it go like a slingshot. You're not going to baby it. You're going to pull it. You got it like that. Yep. Pull it back. Click. Let go. Good. Just like that.
Which one is this one?
So these are all 38s. They're all revolvers. As you can see, they revolve. This one is a 8-inch barrel, so there's not going to be as much recoil. These are 2 6-inch barrels, so you're going to have a little bit more recoil. These are 2-inch barrels, so you get the most recoil. I want you guys all to see the difference in shooting them. And part of this class, for me, what I like is you guys to shoot different guns so you know how they react and how they feel and what you like and what you don't like and what, oh, I never want to buy that gun. And that's good. That's okay. That's what this class is all about, right?
After we shot 38 revolvers, we moved on to 9mm pistols.
That's the safety right there. The gun will not fire unless you're holding it properly. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I mean, pull it back, hear the click, and let it go. Don't baby it.
I didn't hit the target with the 9mm, but I can see a handgun purchase in my future.
We also have a winter program, and that winter program is phenomenal in itself in the fact that we do all kinds of winter sports. So we do winter biking, winter skijoring, we do dog sledding, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, advanced snowshoeing, anything outdoors, winter camping. You know, the ladies actually learn to build their own quinzhee, and they camp in their quinzhee overnight. It's a pretty amazing experience for them.
As we mentioned, there were a ton of workshops to choose from, and I only really got to see 3 of them. So I talked to a few other participants about their experience in some of the other classes to see if I'd want to take those in the future.
Out of all of the class, wood burning this year, but last year, 2 years ago, I tried kayaking. It was challenging, but it was fun, and it was cold. It was Lake Superior, so it was really cold. But out of all the classes I've ever taken, it's been wood burning.
Archery, which I really enjoyed, and I think I want to pick that up. So it was more kind of positioning in your body stance, more so than hitting the target, which was a goal, obviously. But if you hit everything in the same spot, no matter where you're hitting the target, you could eventually fix that and move it to hit the middle. So, and I did get one near the middle, so progress.
I'd say I learned something from each one of them. I learned a lot about being aware of your surroundings in the self-confidence class. And the compass is a tool I never knew how to learn and use until the navigating class. And the wilderness survival class, I guess the most exciting thing was I learned how to start a fire.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got it! Yay! All right! I just had to air it out more. Wilderness survival is key to developing women's confidence to do all sorts of recreational activities. So that is a very popular class.
This class, we spend the first third of the class talking about wilderness survival kits and what you need to put in it, how you prepare for a trip.
Fill it up with your contaminated water. The filter's built in. Screw the filter on.
And then the second hour is about fire building, fire starting.
Building a fire when you're in an emergency situation, you want to have something that's going to be easy to use, that you know how to use, and ideally something like this because it's going to burn for a long time.
A little bit more of an angle like that.
Like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I forgot that part.
Oh, there it was.
I'm going to freeze to death.
We're all in this together. We're all going to freeze. But no, you'll get it.
There you go.
You're going to start with the smallest and the finest stuff first. And then as that starts to burn, you're going to work your way up to the bigger materials until you're finally adding things like this in bigger for your main fuel.
And then the third one is building wilderness shelters out of debris.
We're looking for a really long, somewhat straight log or...
Gee, Tara.
Yeah. Does anyone see something like that? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Oh, good, okay. So what we want to do is we want to take this pole and we want to find maybe like a, crook in a tree. We're going to lodge it in there and bring it out straight. This does look like a good spot. We have live trees and then there's a little bit of a slope. I need to spin it. Okay, there we go. So the next thing we want to do is find some long sticks. The longer they are, the higher up on the pole they go, and the shorter they are, you're going to put them like down here. And you want to keep them at an angle. And when I say you want to keep them as uniform as possible, I just mean as possible. Okay, they're not going to be perfectly uniform. Okay, so now, what I said earlier, now we're going to grab things from the ground, like piles of leaves. You're going to get your hands dirty, and that's okay. But there's all kinds of dead leaves. Just grab handfuls of them. Grab the dead ferns. The dead ferns. Okay. See if you can find some dead pine boughs. Anything you can find on the ground. At what point of being lost do you decide to build a shelter? At the point that you feel like it's highly likely you're staying overnight, or it's raining.
And you're cold.
Or you're cold. And you don't know if you're going to stay overnight or not, but you also don't want to just be standing in the elements. Right. You're going to lay down in it, and it's
So you can probably guess what my favorite part of the class was. Many hands made light work of building a survival shelter during the workshop. It took me 3 hours, a few fern cuts, and a dinner break to build my Taj Mahal. Maybe next I'll sign up for the quinzhee class and build myself a winter shelter. If you want to join the fun, register now for the Winter BOW Workshop, February 25th through the 27th in Big Bay.
Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to check out 906outdoors.com, where you'll find the 906 Fishing Report, TV6 weather, shopping, and more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week right here on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.